Hello there, how you doing? My name is Robert Renman. Welcome to this edition of Q&A with me. How this works is you send me a question and I try to answer it. So send me a question, maybe I'll answer yours next time. This time I'm doing a little bit of a follow-up to a previous one I did about 13 chords, which are cool. Just add that. The way it works is you take the octave 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You count it to get to 13 and you add the rest of the 7 chord and you have 13 chord. So that approach works, it works the same for 11 chords. It's the same idea, it's just counting to 11. And the sound on the 11 chord is different than the 13 chord. The 13 chord sounds like this. By the way, I've been practicing my thumb a bit so I can usually easier do this note. The big thumb grip. So the sound of 11 chord is like this. It's sort of a cheat 11 chord. You're supposed to have the third in there. We don't in this form. But it's still, you can still hear it's a 11 chord because of that note. It's on top. If I go from 8, 9, 10, 11, using the A Mixolydian mode. And that is because the A Mixolydian mode fits into the 7 chords. 11. So if I continue, 12, 13, 13, and I could do that, which is a more unusual form of an 11 chord because 2 notes are close together, but it sounds cool. Right? But that's not the one I'm going to show you today. This is one a little tricky to play and it's not as useful probably. This one. It's one you'll run into a lot. The third will be there, but I can't really play it with this voicing. So I'm skipping it, but you can still hear the sound of. Of that Mixolydian mode, right? So the way you can look at it is that you have a G chord, typical good old G major bar chord. And then you take the bass note and move it from G to A, and voila, we have an A11 chord. This is also referred to sometimes as G with A in the bass. G over A, which is probably the more correct way to look at it. But for practical purposes, when you're thinking about which scale should I use, this one is faster, I think, for me anyway, to think about. I see a G with A in the bass. Oh, let's see now. No, that's that chord. That's the fake 11 chord. So I think it's better to view it as an 11 chord when you see this one. You can improvise with the Mixolydian in the blues scale too. Over such a chord. And let me show you another cool way you can take this chord. Oh, by the way, you see the way I'm fingering it is I have the G, the ring finger is my root note. Because if I took this, it's really hard to get the pinky for the bass note, for the root note. So you rearrange your fingers, so instead of playing like this, which we often do when we play a major triad like this, I'm using it this way. So I have the ring finger free now. If I put it away, you can see. Barring with my index finger, the bottom 2 strings. But now I have the ring finger as for the bass note. Now the cool thing, we can take this index finger, it's hanging around over here, getting bored, take it and slide it a half step this direction and still bar it. And we get a beautiful sounding A13. And why is that? Because the 5 is here, or sorry, the 11 is here. 1, 2, sorry, 8. This is the 8. 9, 10, 11, right? 11, 12, 13. So this is the note that makes it a 13 chord. And in this, on this form of the 11th chord, you don't have to play the bottom note here if you don't want to. I can have this as the top, but I played like that. So now I have G on top, and that's the 7th for an A dominant chord. So you could also view that as 14 if you like, if that helps you, because we're taking that and moving it a half step. So going from 14 to this one, the 13th chord. Very beautiful sounding chord. So there you have it, 11 chords, how they relate to 7 chords and 13 chords, and you can make use of both. Hope you enjoy that. Let me know what you think and send me a question for a future edition of Q&A with the guy with not so much hair. Cheers for now.